Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Emily who loved nothing more than scrolling through TikTok on her phone. She spent hours every day watching funny videos and learning new dances, completely absorbed in the app's addictive content. But one day, as she was scrolling through her For You page, Emily noticed something strange. A video had appeared that she didn't recognize, featuring a group of people performing a disturbing ritual. Emily felt a chill run down her spine as she watched the video, but she couldn't look away. As the days went by, Emily continued to see more and more unsettling videos on TikTok. Some showed strange symbols and cryptic messages, while others depicted horrific acts of violence. Emily began to feel like she was being watched, even when she was alone in her room. One night, Emily was awoken by a strange noise coming from her phone. When she opened the TikTok app, she was horrified to see that her entire feed was filled with videos of the ritual she had seen before. Suddenly, her phone screen went black, and a message appeared in bright red letters, "You can't escape us." Emily tried to turn off her phone, but it wouldn't respond. Suddenly, the screen flickered back on, and a video started to play. It showed a group of people performing the same ritual as before, but this time Emily recognized them as people from her own town. As the video continued, she realized that they were calling out her name. Terrified, Emily tried to leave her room, but the door wouldn't budge. She was trapped. The videos on her phone continued to play, growing more and more disturbing with each passing moment. Finally, Emily couldn't take it anymore. She screamed and screamed until her voice was hoarse, but no one came to help her. The next day, Emily's body was found in her room. Her phone was lying next to her, still playing the horrifying videos on an endless loop. No one knows what really happened to Emily that night, but some say that she was cursed by an evil presence lurking within the depths of TikTok. And to this day, people still report seeing strange and unsettling videos on the app, warning that they too might fall victim to its dark powers.
Once upon a time, there was a popular social media app called TikTok. People would post short videos of themselves dancing, lip-syncing, and doing all sorts of silly things. It was a fun and harmless way to pass the time, or so everyone thought. As the app became more popular, strange things started happening. People began posting videos of themselves doing bizarre and dangerous stunts, and the more extreme the video, the more likes and followers they would get. At first, it was just a few isolated incidents. But soon, it seemed like everyone on the app was trying to outdo each other with increasingly dangerous and disturbing content. And the more people watched these videos, the more they craved something even more shocking. It wasn't long before people started disappearing. At first, it was just rumors and whispers, but soon the news was filled with reports of missing teenagers who were last seen filming TikTok videos in abandoned buildings or in the middle of nowhere. Despite the growing danger, people couldn't seem to stay away from the app. It was like they were under some sort of spell, unable to resist the urge to watch and create more and more extreme videos. And then, one day, something truly terrifying happened. A video appeared on TikTok that showed a young girl, barely a teenager, dancing in front of the camera. But as the video went on, it became clear that there was something very wrong with her. Her movements became jerky and unnatural, and her eyes seemed to glow with an otherworldly light. As people watched in horror, the girl suddenly turned towards the camera and let out a blood-curdling scream. And then the video abruptly ended. After that, things only got worse. More and more videos began to appear on TikTok that showed strange and terrifying things happening to the people in them. Some claimed to have seen ghosts or other supernatural entities, while others claimed to have been attacked by mysterious figures that seemed to come out of nowhere. Eventually, the authorities became involved, and the app was shut down. But even now, years later, people still talk about the strange and terrible things that happened on TikTok. Some say that the app was cursed from the beginning, while others claim that it was never meant to be used by humans at all. Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain: the horrors of TikTok will never be forgotten, and those who witnessed them will never be the same again.
Lily was in shock, her heart racing in her chest. She could feel her hands shaking as she clutched her phone tightly. She tried to tell herself it was just her imagination, but she knew deep down that something was off about that video. She decided to close TikTok and try to get some sleep, but as she lay in bed, she couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her. The next day, Lily tried to go about her day as usual, but she couldn't shake the feeling that she was being followed. Everywhere she went, she felt like someone was watching her, and she could hear whispers and footsteps that no one else seemed to notice. She tried to tell herself that it was just her imagination, but she knew that something was wrong. That night, she decided to try watching TikTok again, to see if she could find the video that had scared her so much. She searched through her history, but the video was nowhere to be found. It was as if it had never existed. But as she continued to scroll through her feed, she noticed something strange. The videos seemed to be getting darker and more twisted. She saw videos of people doing dangerous stunts, videos of people performing dark rituals, and even videos of people claiming to have supernatural powers. She tried to ignore the videos and go to bed, but as she closed her eyes, she could feel a cold breath on the back of her neck. She opened her eyes to find herself in that same dark, abandoned building from her nightmare. The girl from the TikTok video was there again, beckoning her to come closer. This time, however, Lily was prepared. She knew that she had to get out of there, and fast. She started running, but the building seemed to be working against her. The corridors twisted and turned, and doors that had been opened before were now locked. She could hear the girl's laughter echoing through the halls, and it sent chills down her spine. Finally, after what seemed like hours of running, Lily found a door that wasn't locked. She burst through it and found herself in a brightly lit room, filled with people who were all staring at her. She realized that she was in the middle of a TikTok challenge, and the people around her were all participants. Relieved to be back in reality, Lily took a deep breath and tried to calm herself down. But as she looked around, she realized that something wasn't right. The people in the room were all staring at her with glowing eyes, and their faces seemed to be twisting and distorting, just like the girl in the TikTok video. Lily tried to run, but the people in the room started to chase her. She could feel their cold breath on her neck, and their fingers clawing at her clothes. She ran faster than she ever had before, and finally burst through the door into the bright sunlight outside. Panting and gasping for breath, Lily collapsed onto the ground. When she opened her eyes, she found herself back in her own room, safe and sound. She realized that she had been dreaming, but it felt so real. She made a promise to herself to be more careful about what she watched on TikTok, and to always trust her instincts when things felt off. She never wanted to experience anything like that again.